Oh,
My son is signing off
You can
for
mingle amongst each other and get
TV
started.
and media.
checking.
This is nice.
And now
So we have a lot of students waiting here. As you see, my son is over there talking to one of his best friends. Right here. And he's coming back. So tell us about this place.
Oh, it's a really awesome and educational kind of place, focusing a lot on like developing one's skills in 3D and game design, both in like small team and big team like productions. Really kind of educating everyone and like a 3-year process of developing a games into like 1 year span, and it's really informative. And you guys have got to check it out.
Awesome. That's awesome. You are Miss Video Time on
Video
YouTube,
Time.
my YouTube channel.
Nice. Hello.
Nice talking to you.
We do have a library of games, so some of y'all over here might not be able to see it, but there is a library of games and a library of books up front, so books do still exist in the gaming technology world. So we don't have any required books in the program, but we have a library. So this is the Gamers Lounge. This is where you can take a break if you ever do. From our 3 students here, how often do you use this room? Not enough? They're busy with work.
This is awesome.
This is cool.
You're not having enough fun, right? This office, in my mind, kind of tells a story. It tells where our students come from, so the different undergraduate schools that our students have gotten their bachelor's degree from, and then a small sampling of companies our students work at. 70% of our students are Florida residents, a third from UCF, another third from all other Florida schools, and then the other third of our students come from all over the country and internationally. So we have a great representation of awesome students bringing their unique backgrounds to the table. So 90% of our students go to game studios. That's where they want to be. But if you get a great offer at a simulation company, your skills are transferable to other industries. And sometimes artists might want to go to film, and then sometimes programmers might want to go to simulation. So there are opportunities to transfer your skills to other industries. But then as you can tell, there's tons of game studios that will hire FIEA alum. And we have a huge network of alum for you to connect with while you're a student here and once you graduate. So, cool. On my left is this alumni game cabinet. So you obviously saw the company titles in our office. This is just a small sampling of the game titles that our alumni have worked on, and plaques in front of it with some of their names. So this is not a complete list by any means, but also a really great representation that our alumni are out there, they're in the industry, and they're making some of your favorite games. And then behind you, if you just want to turn your body. This is our Nexus. This is where we feature trailers from past student games. We'll have artwork from our students or photos of the building or announcements in the center. And then we have an RSS feed of industry news. So I assume that y'all maybe read Kotaku or CG Talk or Joystick or Game Sutra. I'm assuming you all keep up with video game industry news. And if you don't, now might be the time. We try to run, like I said, headlines and have our students know what's going on in the industry. We designed these really unique collaborative workspaces for our students. Behind you, you can see 2 students that they're set up. You each get a laptop. It's part of your tuition. You get to keep when you graduate. And dual monitors. These are 2 producers right here. If you're a future artist, you will also have drawing tablets and Cintiq stations. So yes, this is a really awesome space for you. The cube that's right behind these guys, they actually put like a rug in and lights and a cute table. So they have a really good time and make themselves feel at home. Because you honestly, this is like a full-time job. You come here 9 to 5 or 9 to midnight, whatever. You're here a lot, so you make yourselves feel at home. Our audio is not the biggest portion of game design, but it definitely is important. So we do have a very small audio suite. It is in this next hallway. I'm going to hold the door open and kind of have us snake in and out of it and take a look at it, and then we're going to go to our mocap demo. So right this way.
We're gonna take a sneak peek at the audio center.
Awesome. So you can record your game for content. Yeah.
All right, so kind of take a peek in there and make it
Yeah.
Along with your comment articles, of course.
So really, it's voice acting.
Where are we going now?
Character animation with the little balls. You're gonna see, it's really cool.
So that you place little things on your body.
Yeah, you place
and then
things
your
and then the
body
person
changes.
moves around.
She said don't sleep here, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, check this out.
Stay out of the red space. No, it's real. Get closer, it gets better before you come in.
It gets better, I guess, huh?
Oh, it's not. Just move that shake closer. All right, is everybody in? Hello, everybody. We can turn around there. These are all examples of video games and movies that have motion capture in them. And you're in our motion capture studio, which is a 3,500 square foot motion capture studio. When we opened it, it was actually the 4th largest one in the world. Now, it's probably less large, but it's still pretty big. Who knows what motion capture is? Anybody? Have you guys used motion capture? Have you done motion capture? Well, you have a studio right here for it. We are going to be doing a little bit of a demo today. All these things, by the way, the pro football, movies, they were done by a company called Vicon, who was our partner when we built this. Vicon used to be they are the company that make all the cameras that we have in here. We have about almost 40 cameras in this room. There are some rooms that are huge and that have hundreds of cameras. Certain studios like EA Studio out in Vancouver, which is called Capture Lab, because they do a lot of running, they'll have ramps that go way back and way forward, so they'll start capturing, run cycles, really long run cycles that way. But we tend to do other kind of stuff here. We do a lot of commercial work here. Tiger Woods golf games have been done here. The mixed martial arts games have been done here. This is actually EA's hoop. When they were doing basketball, we had a smaller hoop, and the old engineer, did a layup, and the hoop fell and broke his foot. Oh. And then he had to do the session with a broken foot and a bag of ice on it. For those of you who know mocap, we use a standard Vicon 53 marker setup. Different places we use different marker setups. This is the marker setup that we use. All these markers are basically reflective, and all these cameras you see, either infrared or what's called near IR that aren't so bright, they will send out light that pick up those markers. And everybody's seen The Matrix, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the world we live in. We're basically shooting information that's a bunch of numbers, and then the program cleans it up and turns it into him, who's up there now as a skeleton. There he is. You see, these are all the movements we capture with an actor. Every time we have an actor on the floor, we have to capture them. So if we were creating a video game and Travis had to fight somebody, he's gonna go and we want our character to go and attack and lunge and stuff. Give me some more attacking there, Travis. Fight. There we go. So he's going to capture all this stuff, right? And go ahead and cut that one off. And we usually demote that in little bits and pieces. Here you go. Take this. Do that. Travis played basketball in 8th grade. So, you notice the sword. Go ahead. He's going to capture this again. You can see what it looks like. Now you notice we don't have the basketball marker. So for 2 peaks, there he goes. There's the sword movements. If 2 people, we had when they did MMA in here, we had Kung Lee and actually one of our 4 students, this kid Yinka, who was doing the moves with them. And they were doing these fight moves, and because they were fighting, the markers were flying off, and they would move, and that's bad. Because what will happen is when you clean up, the arm will suddenly drift away, because the markers here are gone. And so you have to constantly reset markers and constantly be careful. We actually take pictures of everybody in the back room, where their markers are, and then we're constantly looking at those and saying, okay, if they're doing something like that, if they're doing like the caddy movements. In our system right now, we don't have what are called articulated fingers. We're not doing 5 fingers. So this character's hands, all the markers will just go to the back of the hand. And then, so that's a movement that you can basically create. You've animated that with a real person. The movement is smoother, it's cleaner, it actually looks like a real person moving. The one you guys have probably all seen or are familiar with, Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. That was all up.
You may want to light that oil-based bed at the town.
Everything is dark. Everything is very dark.
Turn the lights on.
I lost my torch. The world is full of darkness.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
It's part of the game where you-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Way down there.
Oh, there it is. There you go. My one source of light and happiness. Oh, crap.
You're very animated, I dig it.
That's easy, because I'm
trying to do a thumbs up, but
Yes.
I'm close.
You laugh, but I'm the one up here sipping cocktails and soaking up the sun.
Almost don't want to do what the last guy did, just break out the popsicle myself.
First one to step in this tube and
That's what everybody does. Go for it.
Yes, okay. I can do it without shame. Man.
It's like some stone circle with symbols on it.
very descriptive.
I think it might do something.
All right, Indiana, don't get carried away.
Go over here. Someone broke some more pots before me and it hurts me. Nope, that is a wall.
You can throw the sword at it. I wouldn't throw the torch though. What are you doing?
You told me to throw that.
I did.
Yes.
Well, I heard about
You
this.
set me up for failure. Good job.
This is
Actually amazing stuff. So I need to leave the sword here, don't I?
Yeah, you need to turn the wheel to solve the puzzle.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't think I needed to mention it. Some of that stuff is really
There's your reality.
There's the rope on fire. We're gonna practice doing
There's no pockets. Just looking at stuff.
I think this is cool.
This is the edge of the room, right?
Yeah,
That's supposed to
yeah.
go.
So notice that wheel on the wall?
Uh-huh.
That's the first puzzle in this room. This one, it was all about storytelling. So we decided we would do some type of thing where you go into a tomb, it's more like Indiana Jonesy, and it was made with a group of like 6 people. So there were 2 producers, 2 programmers, and 2 artists that just put all their time into making this. And this is what we have now. What was really cool about the project is you get to figure out what you're going to make together as a team and iterate on the development process. Usually the idea you start off with is not the idea you make, especially in RPP. Normally everyone has an idea that they start with. What was really cool about this project in particular is nobody had this idea to begin with. It was nobody who came forward was just like, let's do something archaeology in VR. It actually started out, we were gonna put the player in a boat and have them like just row around for a little bit and talk about some dude's life. And then next we started talking about pirates, and then we started talking about going on islands and going to like ruins. And then we wound up, we're like, let's just forget the rest of that. Let's just stay in these ruins, and this is like what we wound up with.